Hi, and welcome to another short and sweet lesson. So we are going to do a couple of things. We're going to do an afternoon yoga practice. So this might be when you need a little bit of rest and rejuvenation. So it's kind of designed maybe for you to rest, stretch out a bit, and get on with your day in the afternoon. And we're also going to work on something that's new for you, and that is extending, lengthening the breath a little bit more. So you have a standard count that you've been using. Most people are starting off with a 4-second inhale, 2-second pause, and a 4-second exhale. So that can vary. It can be 3 and it can be 6. So we're going to just see how it feels to lengthen that a bit. So if you've been working with 4, you'll start there. We're going to do 2 breaths in the pose using that 4-second counts, and then we'll do 2 breaths in the pose using 5 seconds. Inhale and exhale with your pauses, and then you'll go up to 6 seconds. But of course, should anything feel uncomfortable or wrong, you'll just go back down to your a slower breath. So wherever you were, the breath before it got uncomfortable, just drop down, back down. So we're going to do this with Apanasana, something you're super familiar with. So it really is very, very easy. So, and I think this is a nice one for the hips too. You might be a little bit tight in the hips, and this one's going to really warm you up, stretch that out. So 2 breaths of Apanasana, and as you breathe in, it's inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold 2. And then 2 more breaths, inhale to 5, pause for 2, exhale. And then the last 2, which will be this 5 and 6, see if counting to 6 as you inhale is comfortable and exhaling to 6, okay? So whenever you're ready, you're going to just exhale to prepare. And this inhale, slow count to 4. Usually you want to start at a very easy place when you're lengthening, so that you know you can kind of get somewhere. And just 2 breaths, where your inhale is a count of 4, and your exhale is a count of 4. Good. And 2 more. See if you can count to 5, and it feels comfortable. That's it. We're going to finish 6 breaths, so the last 2, if it's comfortable, you'll go back up to 6 on the inhale. Pause for 2 and a slow count of 6 on the exhale. If this should be too much for you, just go back down to 5. Good. And then just put your feet down one at a time. Okay, so you could continue to practice this practice with a slower breath. So if you got up to 6 really easily, you might continue the rest of the practice breathing into a count of 5. So you don't want to push it, and exhaling to a count of 5. So we're going to do half Apanasana on each leg, 4 breaths. So you bring one knee to your chest, and you can clasp it. And as you inhale, stretch your arms. And as you exhale, draw the knee in. Normally we start with the right leg, but it's okay, whatever leg you want. Okay, 4 times. Inhaling, you're pulling the knee away from your body, kind of pulling on your arms. And exhale, drawing the knee gently into the chest. You want to try to keep the shoulders relaxed. And you might want to notice the lower back in this movement. There's a sense of it pressing against the ground and moving away from the ground a bit as you move the knee away, so you're just really observing what the back does for you. And after the 4th one, with that inhale, put the foot down, and the exhale brings the other knee in, so you can do it with the breath. And then inhale 4 times with the other knee coming to the chest. And I'm pulling it very firmly in, but I'm really avoiding tension in the shoulders. It's really just about how much my arms can pull without creating tension at other places. And there's a bit of a sense of pulling my belly in to support that knee coming in. Good. So put that foot down and then stretch out both legs just for a moment. It's always nice to have the hips open. Okay, so now we're going to do a twist. And I'm just going to suggest doing 4 breaths on one side and then 4 breaths on the other. So you're going to draw your knees into the chest, arms are out to the sides, palms up. The knees move over and they form that stable base, and then the head turns and you'll stay for 4 breaths. So then come up with an inhale, pause for 2, and exhale and do the other side. So let's get started. Inhale to prepare, your knees are to your chest. Exhale, knees towards the ground, head is steady till the last, and then it turns. If you need to fold the arm in because it's dangling in the air, fold the arm in. And I want you to count those breaths, and if you can do that extra long breath with 1 extra second on inhale and 1 extra second on exhale, that's a great idea. It's a very passive position we're in. We can just breathe and relax, focus on the counting. So 4 smooth breaths. And after the last exhale, inhale the knees, drawing the knees up towards the center. Pause for a second or 2, and then exhale. The head is nice and steady when you go to the other side. And the head turns last. And find your place in the twist. And you can focus on the breath. Good, and when you're done the 4 breaths, then the inhale, drawing the knees up. And we're going to finish with Apanasana. So 4 to 6 smooth breaths of Apanasana. Nice, easy shoulders. Taking your time, maybe making that extra long breath, extra second. Noticing the movement of the spine against the ground, feeling the knees pulling in towards the chest. The belly can make room for those knees by drawing in and up. So 4 to 6 breaths of Apanasana to counterpose that twist. Okay. And then we're going to do a lovely sequence of desk pose. And we're going to finish with this pose, although you could do a little Apanasana afterwards. But once again, if this was the afternoon and you wanted to kind of rejuvenate, a back bend is a nice way, a very gentle back way, is a nice way to finish a practice. It's energizing. But it needs to be a bit more gentle than usual. And so watch carefully. First, we're going to bring the arms up with the in-breath. Rest for 2 seconds. And then we're going to exhale and stay. And then you'll roll up into desk pose, hold for 2, you feel your feet, and exhale, roll down. So very simple, dynamic. Stay for the breath in here, and lower your arms. That's it. So it's pretty simple, and it's quite zen. I find it very zen, but the net result will be a little more energy. So hands by your side, feet flat on the floor. Now, of course, if you wanted to keep your arms stable, either palms down here or out to the sides, because that was better for you, then please just find that spot, right, maybe out to the side, rather than going all the way up with the arms. Okay? So first the arms, inhale the arms up. Might be just out to the side for you. Exhale, stay. Inhale, roll up into desk pose, chin to chest, firm feet. And exhale, roll down through the spine, tucking the pelvis as you go. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, bring your arms back down beside you. 3 more times. Inhale, the arms go to a comfortable position for you. Clear pause. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, tuck the pelvis as you roll up into desk pose, chin to chest. Pause. And exhale, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower your arms, nice and easy down beside you. Good. You might want to extend the breath again. Inhale, the arms go up. You could make it a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. Next inhale takes you up. Firm feet, chin to chest. Exhale, roll back down through the spine. Clear pause. Inhale, stay. And exhale, lower the arms back down beside you. That's it. Nice and easy. Last time. And stay for the breath out. That's it. Try to find total ease in that relaxing exhale. Inhale, feet, chest to chin. Clear pause. Roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. That's it. And again, stay for that. Inhale. And lower the arms down beside you. That's it. Good. So many people might be all right here to just stretch out each leg and rest in relaxation. But then somebody with maybe a little bit of back issues, lower back problems, just bring your knees to your chest in. Just enough Apanasana that you're definitely sure you're not going to have any issues later on. Okay, so finishing the Apanasana in your own time and stretching out the legs one at a time. And get that feeling of resting so heavily on the ground. Feeling your limbs, feeling your torso, just feeling the weight of your body. Noticing the places where your body touches the ground. Just letting go, unwinding. And then take your attention to the breath. Rise and fall of the chest. Sensation of air through the nose and throat. Maybe the sound of your breath. There's a sense of your attention turned inward, your gaze down towards the heart. And just finding a whole body rhythm that aligns with the heart in this moment. That's it. Another few breaths. And then take your time, bend up your knees one at a time, roll over onto your side, and come up and find your position for pranayama. It can be seated with crossed legs. It could be seated with one leg out because that hip's tight. Doesn't sit cross-legged, could sit with both, could sit in a chair. Long spine. Okay, so we're going to keep it simple. What you're going to do is your first 4 breaths, or first 2 breaths will be inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 4, hold 2. And we're just going to gradually increase. The next breath, stay at 4, and then 5 and 6. So when you get to your ring finger, increase the length of the inhale to 5, exhale to 5. So it's an even breath. The inhale and the exhale are even. Then you'll finish that round and start the next round, inhale to 6. Once again, if anything doesn't feel comfortable, that's okay. You just work where you are. So if 6 is comfortable, 6 in, 6 out, hold for 2, then do all 4 breaths, and then the next 2 of the third round. And then for the end of the pranayama, the last 2 breaths, just come back down to 5, or if you didn't go up to 6, go back down 1 second. And that's just sort of to bring us to a little more of a usual breath for us, something a little more in our regular kind of day setting, if you know what I mean. So we really slow down the breath, but then we don't stay super slow. We kind of come back to a little more of a regular place because we're going back out into the world after. It's an afternoon practice. Okay? All right, so sitting with a nice long, tall spine, you're going to count with your left hand, breathe out to prepare, and you're starting at an easy place, maybe 3 or 4. 2 breaths, counting slowly. I'll just say it's 4. On the second 2 at 5, but you could start anywhere. You start at 3, go up to 4, so forth and so on. The important thing is that step by step, breath by breath, we're taking time to lengthen. So once you finish the 4th breath and you're starting the next round, then if it's comfortable for you, breathe into a count of 6. And carry on like this for 6 breaths. You want to get all the way to that pinky finger and 2 more into the next round. Continue on with your 3rd round. The first 2 breaths of that round are inhale 6, or whatever you got to in your progression. And the last 2 breaths we go down a step, so go backwards a step, so lose a second. If you were at 6, go back down to 5. If you were at 5, go back down to 4. And then take your time to finish and turn your hands palms down. Eyes are closed, the gaze is inward down towards the heart. Letting go of the control of the breathing with pranayama and just letting your body breathe you. That's it. Another few breaths. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. I hope this practice has revitalized you for the afternoon, perhaps made you a little bit more focused and ready to go. Thanks for joining me, and see you in the next lesson.